Beginning to see a replica or a replication of the late Thomas Sankara.
Hello and welcome. If you go online and search Burkina Faso wigs, you will see a list and lots of videos that people made about Burkina Faso's president banning this colonial era wigs and getting rid of the colonial system and all that. But what if I told you that the wigs that people are saying Burkina Faso have banned were never even part of the Burkina Faso judicial system or judicial attire? Now, when I talked about the wigs, Burkina Faso got so many insults in the comment section. People were telling me that I am a sellout and all that. Shocking, right? These are the comments. Some of the comment section, some of the comments I can't show you because I don't think you guys will be able to handle them. Okay, it's just outrageous how people would believe a lie. So it turns out that people are spreading lies about Burkina Faso. And as much as they pretend to be supporting Ibrahim Traore, I feel like they are not fully trusting that he is able to impact any changes. So that's why they have to come up with stories and pump them up, make them seem like they are bigger than what they are. So even the judicial attire of Burkina Faso was not changed by Ibrahim Traore. The first time the Burkina Faso judges appear wearing a Burkinabe cloth was during the few months that was this the guy the guy who came Damiba, if I'm not mistaken, um, before he was overthrown by Ibrahim Traore. Uh, there's a photo of him appearing with the judges when they were doing some swearing in of new judges and all that. So Ibrahim Traore was not even involved in the changing of this. So if you want to thank somebody for getting rid of the colonial era, you can thank Damiba for that. So why is this happening? Why is it that the stories that are coming out of Burkina Faso, even if they are so small, they are received as if they are like a huge deal? That's what I was actually talking about in the video, because the videos are going on and on about like how he's changing everything in the system and getting rid of the colonial era, which I think is good. But if there's no news, if there's no source of where you get all this information, then it's just like propaganda, and it shows that people don't actually have faith that Ibrahim Traore can lead the country to be successful without having to pump up stories about him. I know he's a really popular president right now in Africa, and he should be popular and he should be followed. But if we're pumping up stories for him, it just doesn't seem like you have enough faith in him to be successful. There's a lawyer, Christopher Bieber. Hopefully, this won't put him in trouble, because under dictatorship, you never know. He's a lawyer at the Burkina Faso bar. He told the fact check news colonial era wigs were never part of the dress code in court. In Burkina Faso, there are no blonde wigs in the attire of the judicial personnel. Such a thing has never been part of the work uniform. Therefore, no ban in this regard. This is a lawyer. There's somebody who's involved in the Burkina Faso bar. Like he's working there. When somebody in Burkina Faso wants to be a lawyer, they have to pass this bar, and I'm sure he's involved in that. So, in 2022, Burkina Faso Presidential Office provided images from a swearing-in ceremony in Constitutional Court judges, showing them in regalia that included togas and flat-topped green caps without white wigs. So this is the photo of Damiba there while he was still leading in those few months that he was president of Burkina Faso, because he overthrew the government and then Ibrahim Traore overthrew him. So a lot of people have made this mistake, even including big news organization.
Burkina Faso's President Ibrahim Traore has banned the use of British and French colonial-style wigs by judges. marking a significant move to decolonize the country's judicial system. Announcing the decision, President Traoré stressed the importance of breaking away from colonial traditions and embracing practices that reflect Burkina Faso's cultural heritage. The ban is part of his broader push to foster national identity and assert the country's sovereignty. Colonial-era wigs have long been symbols of foreign influence in African legal systems. Burkina Faso now joins the other nations on the continent in discarding such relics in favor of indigenous traditions. This decision underscores a growing trend across Africa, where countries are revisiting colonial legacies and opting for systems that resonate with their people.
They were pumping this thing of wigs, and if you Google today that story, and it appears that they have been taken down, or they've just been left there without explanation.
Or a news channel and join the conversation.
No more hideous wigs for Burkinabe lawyers and judges, because Burkina Faso has dumped the colonial legal attire. According to reports, Burkina Faso is dumping black gowns and white wigs, the traditional attire of the country's court magistrate and clerks since colonial times. They are no longer going to be used. Legal sector officials will now wear a locally sourced and produced garment.
So this is why we have to be careful when we are dealing with issues of Burkina Faso and propaganda, like trying to push a certain narrative, even though it sounds like it's a good thing to have. But if it's not true, then it's not true, and it mixes up everything. Now, if there are true news coming out of Burkina Faso, you never know if it's true or it's false, or like there is no source. One other thing that people tend to forget is that in Burkina Faso there is no freedom of news. Like the news coverage is kind of controlled and tightened, and whatever information that is coming out is vetted, and if you make one mistake, then your news agency might be revoked or like banned in the country. So this is why you cannot just rely on other people just on social media talking about this thing, including myself. So if you want to go check out if Burkina Faso have ever had wigs in their judicial attire, maybe do your own research, or like provide photos. So the photos that we see are in Burkina Faso. Yes, there's a new attire that has been approved by the judges in Burkina Faso, but it didn't come as a ban. It was the judges themselves that they decided, it's cheaper for them to have uniforms that are made in Burkina Faso. They're 5 times cheaper than importing the uniform from outside. And what a way to do it, also to support businesses locally. It wasn't Ibrahim's command saying, all right, we're banning this thing now, get rid of this stuff. So that's where we are right now. Next time you see propaganda about Burkina Faso, and if it's too good to be true, then it's probably too good to be true. Seeing this video, those same people, even if they get to see this video, they will never come back and say, oh, my bad, I was sorry, so forgive me, whatever, let's move forward. I do want Burkina Faso to succeed. I do want to see Africa succeeding, but we cannot take this route. See you guys on the other side. If you are here for the first time, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell too, so you don't miss any of the uploads on this channel.